Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. I've been alright. It's time for Abnormals. Now, to show you the time, Microsoft removed that for some strange reason. So anyway, yes, it is about 30 minutes until the Abnormals become marketable. Now, if you don't know what Abnormals are, consider looking in the description right now. See, 2 links are provided. They are 2 videos. The first one is a 60-second short video, which will quickly showcase to you what Abnormals are, and of course, showing the fact that they become marketable before the roster even rotates at a certain specific time. With that time advantage, we can do the buy orders, and of course look and see how much support they have afterwards in terms of how many buy orders and how high the price of the buy orders go, and we can figure out if certain skins are look to be a lot more interesting as investments, like are they actually going to retain their value. So Abnormals, very helpful. But if you want to go a little bit more in depth, if you want to truly understand what is an abnormal, how to identify them and when they appear in terms of what time, consider watching the second video in the description. It's about 20 minutes long but goes fully in depth, and it will basically explain to you everything in regards to what abnormals are and how you can take advantage by making some sweet delicious profit by potentially being the first person to put a bar down when they first appear. Right, so we're now going to go ahead and look at all the abnormals, which are the SAP, the M249, the sheepman door, the AK-47, the clothing here, the wooden door, and just the hatchet. Not the pickaxe as well, just the hatchet. So we're going to go through all those skins, figure out prices, and then we're also going to discuss the prices for the skins that are not abnormal. These skins will only become marketable when the roster rotates tomorrow. Alright, cool, understood. So those are regular skins, and these are abnormals. First up, here we have the Deep Ruby SAP, a very nice, interesting, colourful design. Now, if I were to just quickly hop back over to here, that's the wrong one. That's the Saturday, Rust Saturday 48 analysis. I'm always making considerations in regards to what the sales might, reach up to for all the skins. So when I looked at the Deep Ruby SAP and the Faction New M249, I thought that both of them would probably sell between 14 to 17,000 subscribers. The SAP has matched up to the expectation, not the M249 though. So, funnily enough, with the first 24 hours of sales, M249 was on top, but the SAP has just breezed in, and loads of people seem to be appreciating it. So that's promising. But let me just quickly remind all of you, SAP skins, whilst they tend to be very reliable in terms of retaining their value, they don't really go up in price that much. Up 10, up 12, up 9, up 14, up 90. That's a bit different. That's a blackout skin. That's not a blackout skin, all right? Just put that out. But anyway, point is, whilst they do a very good job in terms of retaining their value, in terms of being super profitable, that could be a bit questionable. Yes, they'll be reliable if you want to have, if you had to buy something and hope it wouldn't lose any value. That'd probably be the best thing to consider today. But we're here to try and make some profit, and I think we're better off doing some buy orders. Now, the Deep Ruby collection, it's been quite successful, but would you consider it to be in demand? Based on what I see there, initially, no. But if you actually look at the listings, if you look at all the prices and whatnot. So as I go do this, as you can see, with my Steam inventory helper, I can see more listings. I can see different, currencies, and that's actually very thin. All right, so that's probably a good 20 sales, and it's probably close back up to its restore price. Could that happen over the course of the summer? We shall see. All right. Now, also just to point out, with the player count today, it's a bit off, but it's just before. We start May, and of course, literally May 1st, we're kicking off with the May Force Wipe, with the introduction of the jungle update. I can't help but assume we're going to have a lot of people turning up tomorrow. The first instance where a brand new biome is being introduced to Rust, at least for many people that are playing this game, alright? So I can't help but assume a lot of people turning up. I can't help but assume a lot of people will be enjoying Rust over the course of this summer. And if there's going to be a lot of people turning up and playing, what tends to happen when a lot of people play Rust? Oh yeah, there's more demand for skins and the prices improve, and oh yeah, wonderful times to sell your skins. In short, alright, maybe this could improve. It's an interesting, colourful design that's very unique compared to all the other skins we have in the game. The set, at the very least, out of all those weapon skins we just saw, that is the thing that's looking to be most reliable. I do think we'll be seeing some more Deep Ruby skins being produced. Questionable if it's going to be constantly accepted, but we got this far so far. I think we'll keep seeing more of them. It's the only thing this skin creator has been making that's been accepted, so I think he's going to commit to it. Maybe we'll see deplorables, maybe we'll see some more, it's up to him. But I think for that price, the worst it could be would probably go down to about $2. So I think I'm going to do $1.20 to $1.80. Yeah, I feel that's a perfectly appropriate thing. Will we see a lot more SAP skins this year? Well, how many did we see last year and then the year before that? And then look at the prices. So last year we had 9, including Twitch drop. The year before that we had 6, and the year before that we had 8. And, well, some of them not doing too, super great, but they're only down by like 8 and 22. And these ones don't exactly look super interesting, being straightforward with you. Then look at some of these ones over here. That looks nice. That looks cool. Sleek black design. JPEG stands out interestingly. We have the full white No Mercy SAP, the chompy SAP. These look distinct and interesting. Their prices are good. Do you reckon that's distinct and interesting? I think it could work out quite alright. So yes, deep Ruby SAP with a very useful red aim sight. I think it has a nice future ahead of it. In terms of being super profitable, you're probably better off with doing a barter. Okay, so there you go. There's a good answer. Let's now move on and talk about the Factionoo M249. So initially, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, that's a very cool looking design. It's nice and shiny, like all the other Factionoo skins, and I know a lot of people do like it. Okay, cool. How often are you using M249s? Okay, so depending on what types of servers you play on and whatnot, maybe that answer would be a bit different. But I don't think people use them enough, especially when I can see like with the skins. Down 35, down 64, down 51, down 41, down 26, down 4, down 31. It's not looking very good, all right? Now, the prices that they're at as well, you could consider as well, because like this sold at $3.49, it's down to $2.57. Like, what is the actual cheapest one? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the cheapest one happens to be the Chroma Flare, which is 83 cents. And then the Ophidia, which came out very recently, and that's 89 cents. So, okay, I am not 100% confident. And then you look at the Factionoo collection itself. The SAP has actually improved, which is nice to see, but the AK is still down by half. The AK sold at a $4 price, which was pretty pricey. That M249 right there is $3, which is also pretty pricey. And after seeing how well the other skins have performed, how confident are you in that skin right now? Has any new Factionoo skin been produced as of recent? Nope, Bad Trip has produced a jungle bag instead, which is actually something I wouldn't mind seeing. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to see if there's any more Factionoo skins. But no, as of now, I haven't seen any more of that. It's a weapon-only collection. Weapon-only collections tend to not work out super great unless they're like super, super interesting. So, straightforward answer is I'm probably just going to stick with doing 60 cents to 80 cents. Yeah. I don't feel confident. And when I don't feel confident, I don't want to risk it. And you might sit there and say, oh, Hedge, it's such a high price. It hasn't sold that much, right? Still, I don't have that confidence. And, well, like, if you don't feel confident in something, would you even bother? So, I think I could just probably stick with that. Maybe it does retain a little bit better of its price, and I have seen some other skins that have done a decent job there, but I don't want to risk it, alright? So I'm playing it safe. I'm going with 60 cents to 80 cents. Why that price? Because that's usually what metal is in terms of its price. So worst case scenario, you might be able to turn it into metal and sell the metal, maybe make like a penny profit. So, alright, cool, fair enough. Moving on. Ape Lord door. I am fully well aware a collection continuation has been produced, and, well, with Ape Lord, would you consider it jungle-themed? With the very scary-looking ape right there? There are quite a lot of interesting garage doors that have been submitted in an effort to get something in relation to the upcoming jungle update. As you can see, don't look, children. Only focus. Oh, children, no, focus the actual genuine skins. Okay. We've seen some pretty cool, interesting designs. Quite a lot of AI, unfortunately. Okay, this just kind of feels like it was a disaster. But anyway, let me just assure you that there have been some other cool-looking jungle garage doors that have been produced. There's like 10 in total, a little bit more. Answer me, don't. Right, anyway, so that sheepman door is $2.49, and unfortunately, I've seen many sheepman doors come out in the past, and they have crashed and burned. So if we take a look at all the sheepman doors that have come out so far this year, all right, just take one quick look, and you might notice that they're not exactly holding up super great. So we just had the Easter one, but that's an Easter theme skin. Holiday theme skins tend to not work out very nicely, so by default, all right, we'll just move on from there. Senor Tomato, sold for $2, now it's 83 cents. B-Metal door is actually doing quite alright, and props to that. Maybe we'll see a double door soon. We shall see. Blackstone door, $2, now it's 89 cents. Clan-based door, $2.49, now it's 77 cents. Protector sheepman door, $3, $1.51. Nad glow in the dark and transparency. So that's not exactly looking super great. We have almost 300 skins. We'll just say 260. So there's 260 skins, an absolutely absurd amount. We keep getting Twitch drops. As you can see here, another one's just around the corner. And yeah, point made. Unfortunately, we just keep seeing more and more and more and more, and they might be part of collections and whatnot, but they still go down. So, yeah, $2.49, 78 cents now. $2.49, $1.18 now. Oof. So, yeah, cool looking skin, but I probably will just do like 60 cents to 80 cents, maybe less. Maybe I don't even bother. Sorry to say, but yeah, I just don't feel confident with sheepman doors anymore. Cool approach. It's just, I don't think we'll be seeing collection continuation anytime soon. But as I said, Ape theme probably works nicely with the jungle. Skin Creator has attempted to try and get a collection continuation. We'll see. But just for that sheep in the door, I don't have the confidence, so I'm playing it safe. Moving on. So, with the Coquillard, which of course used to be referred to as the Rooster AK-47, as you can see, I'm not being silly, it's quite literally named as such. But anyway, we have another silly, funny hair cock theme joke. If we were to go over to here, and if I had to show you the little boy, good boy, not well, he is little dog. But point is, I've said this already, and I'm going to keep bringing it up. This right now costs $1 on the Steam market with the highest barter at 89 cents. And this was so much more blatant with the joke because quite literally the dill on the trigger, look at that, alright? That is pretty much near enough the same thing, but now it sells for $1. So this is where I'm a bit concerned about the Coquillard. Now the Coquillard is, well, as you might have guessed, a large rooster, large cock. So anyway, I don't know what's going on with this. I can confirm to you that the skin creators didn't make another cock-themed skin. They made a croco, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that's potentially accepted tomorrow, because that's a very cool-looking double-barrel shotgun. What are your thoughts through the comment below? Anyway, I'm not convinced, I'm afraid. It hasn't sold that much. Now, if I were to go back over to here and look at what I was suggesting, I thought Ape Lord and Coquillard were going to do between 11 to 14,000 subscribers, and both of them are kind of nestled into that position. This is on the lower side of things. We are going to see more AKs this year. We're not getting them in May as a Twitch drop, which is a bit of a relief, but did we just have like February Twitch drops where we got 4 AK-47 Twitch drops? What I'm saying is, there'll be more on Rush stores. There is going to be a jungle one tomorrow in the special jungle pack. So, is that always going to be special? It's not Sakura AR special. But, yeah, look at that. That's $5 now. So, I think in terms of unique, interesting AKs, they have to be very distinct in terms of their, like, overall theme. This has a very useful transparent aim sight. Black Diamond is ever so nice, sleek, black and shiny. And then we have Thunder Gold with his pearlescent white and gold trim. Like, I just don't think that's going to hold up. The joke probably won't last forever. People forget about it, and it very likely end up being sold for about $1. So 60 cents to 80 cents, I don't think it's going to hold up. If you feel differently, you can offer more, all right? If you feel more confident, you can offer more. This is what I'm thinking, all right? So I'm sorry, but I just don't think people are going to care enough about it as time goes on. Tire clothing. So we did discuss this. I've said this already before. When we had the Tire Tier 2, that was like the lowest selling blackout alternative option. That only did just about 9,000 subscribers. When I saw this, I was like, okay, hopefully we sell a very similar amount. As of now, that is true. We are just over 9,000 subscribers, a little bit more compared to this. But let me tell you, I'm not too worried about that. It could sell maybe 1,000 more. I'll be fine. We have seen a potential collection continuation. So it was either boots and gloves or tier 3. Here we have tier 3 right here in front of us. I am fully well aware, we've got lots of other blackout alternatives such as Dragon Rage, we've got Black Gold, we've got loads. Anyway, perhaps that might be the reason why people weren't so keen with this. Also, you might sit and say, I don't like the blue and the red. Well, the blue and red lines aren't that noticeable from a bit of a distance. Maybe you just don't want to wear full leather. Alright, it's fine. But anyway, I can't help but assume, if we see that tier 3, that'll probably spike up like this did. That'll probably spike up even more. And then we have boots and gloves to look forward to. Maybe a jacket. Maybe some more primitive skins. I know this was originally supposed to be a primitive collection, but hey, it got accepted. So anyway, things are looking good, alright? But how long do you reckon we might have to wait? Are we going to see jungle-themed clothing and armor skins being accepted over the course of the next few weeks, or are we actually going to see other skins being accepted? So, is it going to be a mix? Is it going to be mainly jungle? Like, for the past big updates we've had, so Cooking Update, and of course with the Primitive Update, we did get quite a lot of skins, mainly in theme, with the update, didn't we? In the Rush stores. So, I think we might have to wait a bit. But then again, we did kind of wait like 3 weeks for these. We went through Easter, then we finally got these, the continuations to the Tier 2. I think they might just put it aside for a while and then, oh look, here's tier 3. So, okay, maybe that'll be how it goes. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't be upset. And 19J, he's pretty consistent. Hey, maybe you just had to do a version 2 at some point in the future. Wouldn't surprise me. So these are actually looking to be very interesting at the moment. In terms of what price I want to offer them, well, if both of them are $1.49, if both of them haven't really sold that much, and again, I could even look up Blackout, Blackout. How much did that sell? Let's go find out. Blackout hoodie and pants, where they first appeared quite some time back, well, they sold 10 times as much. They're also very expensive. $40 for both. Well, looking back at, like, Pirate Collection, looking back at Legacy Kevlar, all those hoodie and pants sold an absolutely absurd amount. This is very tame. So I think I'm going to do 80 cents to $1.20. You could offer a little bit more if you so wish. I don't blame you. But again, just take into consideration, we're probably going to have to wait a while, all right? Jungle stuff might be in the way. And just to remind you, here's TGG's top picks. I saw these skins last week, but look at all the interesting armor, first of all in the top 10, and then over to here, as you can see with the tier 3 armor, we have quite a lot of options for tier 3 already. Point made. See what I mean? So, yeah, take that into consideration. Maybe we're not going to see that tire stuff for a while. Maybe boots and gloves should have been made instead. What about Reptile Hunter? Shut up. Anyway, sorry, back over to here. I look forward to it. I feel confident in it, and it might take a while, but I still think it could hold up nicely. Sheer lack of sales means I don't really expect that many listings on the Steam market, and if you were to go ahead and take a look at the Tier 2 armor real quickly, let's just quickly look and see how much listings they have. That is 22, that is 14, and that is 32. That is really low. Like, if you're expecting most skins on average to have around 100 quantity, that is, yeah, that's like nothing, and it's very thin. And if we were to see more continuations in the future, that could easily get bought out. So, yeah, things are looking pretty alright. Cool. Right, so, let's move on from here. Whittled Bloom Wooden Door. I don't know if it's been fixed, but there's a normals issue with this. I hope it's been fixed. I did point it out. It's a wooden door, though. Looks nice. Doesn't glow in the dark, but it doesn't really matter. When it comes to wooden doors, people don't care. What do you mean? There you go. Take a look. We're going through it all over again. So, wooden rabbits actually holding up quite nicely. Sold next to nothing. Maybe it could work out very nicely in the future from a sheer lack of sales. But then we have Adobe Wood Door. We have Teddy Love Wood Door. We have Serpent Light Keeper. We have Gingerbread. We have Wolf Warrior. Like, that's 76, 76, 80, 74 cents, 78 cents. That's actually over $1 by 3 cents. Point I'm trying to get across is, these wooden doors are neglected very quickly, even though they sold at like $2.49, and they very likely will just go around to like 70 cents. Yeah, so unfortunately, yes, okay. It hasn't sold that much. It might retain some value due to sheer lack of listings, but even then, I still expect it to end up below $1. Maybe we do see like collection continuations, but has that actually happened as of recent? No. So, awkward, yes. Wooden double door, a locker? Something like that, that'd be cool, but I haven't seen any evidence, and I will not be surprised in the slightest if it just drops off like that very quickly. So, yeah, personally, I probably won't even do a buy order on it, just being honest. So, 40 cents to 60 cents if you really wanted to. Disease Hatchet. So, this is funny, this is selling for a little bit more compared to the pickaxe. It doesn't matter. Hatchet's pickaxes, take one quick look and you'll see that they all end up around $1. People just don't care about them. Now, Deep Ruby, that's actually doing quite all right. But then $1, 90 cents, $1, $1.15, $1.17, $1.15, 90 cents, 97 cents, 93 cents. That's starting to get bought out. That's being manipulated still. $28. Are you kidding me? Just to remember, just to remind all of you, this is all part of manipulation. All right, drops off very quickly after that. That is not actually worth that price. Some trading sites are probably getting tricked right about now. But anyway. As you can see, the vast majority of these end up around $1. People don't care. Go over to the pickaxes and you'll see the same thing. And here we are. So, yeah, Deep Ruby's doing good. Again, with that somewhat unique design, it's working out for it. All these other skins here, $1.19, 92 cents, $1.03, $1.17. It's basically the same as the Hatchet. So, honestly, for both of them, it's just going to be 60 cents to 80 cents. Yeah, sorry, but, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Sorry to say. So... there you go. Right, so that was quick. Let's now talk about all the regular skins. And, well, first of all, here we have the Starry Dream Thompson. Okay, so over to here. With what we have over here, we have a Thompson that's only done about 11,000 subscribers. Comparing that with the Popstar Thompson, the Abyss Thompson, quite considerably less. When you look at when you compare it with the previous year skins, okay, that has sold more similar to some of the skins we've seen here. And as you can see, not all of them are doing super great, but they're not doing terrible either. Let's also take into consideration the cheapest Thompson right now, and that appears to be the Bombing Thompson at just over $1. Now, there's an absolutely absurd amount of these in the game, so not surprised with that. Then it's a holiday theme skin. Then it's Recycler. Okay, they at least appear to stay above $1. That's nice. In terms of its design, though, it looks pretty. I will give it that. It is a black Thompson with a white aim sight, and it has all the nice moon, stars, and clouds all on the side. Sun Up produces some very nice-looking skins. The Starry Dream collection, though, is a weapon-only collection that isn't exactly very in demand, as you can see right here. Down 49, down 50. Ooh. But Thompsons are... They tend to perform a little bit better, of course, as you just saw. I'm considering, and I think I'll probably do like... I think I'll do 90 cents to $1.30. I think that'll perform better than the worst of performing Thompsons. I'm still a little bit unsure how far it'll go, but I don't expect it to be huge profits. It's a nice looking Thompson. But if I were to bring this up, take a look at every single black Thompson we have seen in the past. So I could roll over and say, oh look, Black Diamond, that's in the positive. Scroll down a little bit more, and oh look, we've got Pirate Thompson, that's now doing very nicely. Cybercode Thompson, that is currently holding up very nicely as well. Not black, but very, very, very dark green. Scroll down a little bit more, I think we do have a Blackout Thompson here somewhere. Oh, there you go, it's $7. In short, black Thompsons do seem to get quite a decent amount of respect. They seem to hold up quite nicely. So let me also point this out to you. Dark weaponry with some dark clothing in the upcoming jungle biome would be appreciated if you want to hide in like a bush. You don't want to have like bright pink. People spot you. So, okay, maybe it could hold up. I feel like it can. Maybe it drops off down to about like $1.70 or something. But if you're going to do like a $1.30 barter, you'll be picking some up. So yeah, 90 cents to $1.30. And now here we are. Probably the most interesting skin out of all the regular skins. We have a transparent aim sight Python that has sold less than 10,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, it probably will roll over just over 10,000. Now, if I were to just quickly compare with the expectation, I thought that was going to do 9 to 11,000 subscribers. Okay, that has matched up. That's fine. I have to think. See, for quite a long time, I just want to remind everybody, we had just 2 Pythons with transparent aim sights. We had Redemption, and of course we had Blackout. Now, when Redemption first appeared, we were all over it, because like Blackout Python all by itself was selling at $14 at the time. Well, we saw this. It was like 6 times cheaper. We probably bought a lot of them, and we waited. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited. And the price didn't really go up that much, did it? See, I have to question you. How often are you using your Pythons? We've got quite a lot of different handgun options now, don't we? Anyway, it kind of went down, and it didn't really hold up very nicely. But then, someone on the Playrust subreddit pointed out, guys, you wouldn't believe it! This skin, it has transparent aim sight like the Blackout Python. Even though I kind of put it out like 6 months before that. Anyway, so suddenly everybody decided to buy them. And then, since then, it's been retaining its price ever so nicely. But then, now we have the Bombshell Python. Point I'm trying to get across is, I wonder how many people are actually fully well aware that the Bombshell Python has a transparent aim sight. Just pointing that out. Just want to make sure that you are fully well aware of that. But yeah, anyway. That could probably still drop off. And also, I have seen like Yui's, what was it? Reflector Python that had just a little bit of transparency. Didn't go full in though. If that's now got it, I wouldn't be surprised if other people start doing transparent aim sights with Pythons from here and now, and then it become less special, and then, well, there you go. But yeah, in general, Pythons, as you can see with their skins, how many of them actually holding up quite nicely? Well, if you actually look properly, you'd notice that's down by 61%, that's down by 55%, that's down by 56%, that's only down by a little bit, that's down by 55%. Like, they're all down to like $1 and less. That's what makes me question things. So, okay, so what are we going to say then, Hedge? Well, I think that'll perform a little bit better, and I am going to remember this one more time. I mentioned it in my roster rotation video. With these bombshell weapons, they don't really always sell that much, and we saw that happen to the SAR. Now, you might notice the SAR is now selling for $5, but for a very long time-ish, you could see that this was down in price by quite a significant amount. No one really cared. But then randomly it gets bought out after post-Christmas in February. It went from like $1.80 to $5. I still do not have a good enough reason as to why this happened, but it happened. And that didn't sell that much, and that had a lovely turnaround. That sold for the standard $2 price for a weapon, exactly like the Python here. So what I'm probably going to sit here and say is I'm going to probably do $1 to $1.50. All right. I'm curious. I'm not sure if that same thing will happen again like the SAR, but yeah, we'll see. All right. So $1 to $1.50. If you're not feeling very confident, offer less. It's up to you. Lamb Box, a very cute, silly design. Hasn't sold that much. Just about 7,600 subscribers. I think that could perform better. But small boxes in general, oof. But the goofy, cutesy, silly design, the best thing I could compare to was the bunny box from quite some time back, as you can see over to here. Where is it? Easter, there you go. It's an Easter skin, but he's also a very cute bunny, right? Just point out, very cute, holding up its value. Right then, anyway, so, I don't envision it being a huge profit. I don't envision it being crazy, insane, price high. I'm probably going to do something like 70 cents, 90 cents. I was considering going above $1, but I could see initially it drop off a fair bit, but then work out quite nicely in the future. Like, all right, go on then. We'll go 70 cents to $1.10. I'm going a bit broad with this one. If you truly believe everybody's going to want to have like loads of lambs for decoration and whatnot, go higher. But if you kind of want to be a little bit more realistic with the behaviour of small boxes as of recent, 70 cents might be your choice, or just go in between, 90 cents. Yeah, I'm sorry, it is a bit broad, but just look at how most of them aren't doing super great. If it's part of a well-established collection like Ultramarine, it seems to do a little bit better. But then again, you also have the neon storage ones, and so yeah. And then we have the Disease Pickaxe, same thing, 60 cents to 80 cents like the Hatchet. There we go. So overall, sales, it's been alright. What are we expecting tomorrow? An early Rust rotation, that is 100%. So with a big update, such as the Jungle update, I am expecting, it'll probably happen like 5 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. So 5 o'clock London time tomorrow. If you're watching the abnormal video right now and it's not reached that time yet, you've got to make some considerations with the chase after these skins. But yes, what will be accepted? Will we get a lot of green? Or will fate be cruel? I mean, I'm just going to sit here and say I wouldn't be surprised if Face Punch avoids it. They'll probably instead accept like the Jungle Defender, which is cool. I like that. But jungle theme skin? Sure. But maybe not the green stuff you're really, really aching for. Tiger Tier 3 would be so funny. But I wouldn't be surprised if we probably get like a couple green deplorables. One of these rugs, for sure. One of these rugs I'm feeling confident in. But you've got to be a little bit more realistic and lower your standards. Yes, in theory, Face Punch could make a lot of money if they accepted some green cloven armour. But maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're a little bit worried about the pay to win. So yeah, lots of interesting skins there from the previous week, and if you have been keeping up to date with all the newest skin submissions, aka in my Rust Workshop skin checks, you'd know that we did get quite a lot more, just not as much green stuff compared to the previous week. So let's see what potentially gets accepted. It's going to be very, very interesting. And yeah, could we get something like Jungle Raiders, or Reptile Hunter, or something completely independent, who knows? Or Tier 3, or Crocodile BS. Actually, there's more skins here, accidentally forgot to mention. Bit of a bad job, Mr. Hedge, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Now, what do you reckon the player count will reach over the course of this weekend? I thought it'll probably be 230,000. And I'm definitely expecting May will be kicking off the summer hype. We're going to start seeing prices improve from here and now. A lot more people consistently playing Rust. And, well, if it's going to be like last year, some very nice all-time peak player counts. Peak prices as we have the peak player counts. But the funny thing is, that very high peak player count we had like over here, you know, that's still basically the same as the bad time we're having right now in April. How high is it going to get in the summer this year? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. So, yeah, cool. Things are lining up quite nicely. Hedge has been yapping quite a lot. And I think we're getting very close to the actual Bardos now. So, all right. All right, so here we go. Let's jump in. Tie a hoodie. No, I want to go for the pants first, please. Gimme. There we go. Hello, how you doing? Right. Oh, I might have got a fast barter in there. I might have just been beaten just a bit. Yeah, okay, oh well. Whatever. Alright, Ape Lord. I don't know. Not confident. Not that confident. It's nice skin. Come on. It's been a bit quiet tonight. What's going on? Ah, there you go. Factory No M249. Alright. Sat? Nope. Why you so cruel? Alright, well, I would have liked to have got the sap. Oh, hello, how you doing? Alright. Well, you know what? That seems like a perfectly fine amount of bar orders. Let's now skip ahead and look at the abnormal bar support. Alright guys, we're back. Now, here's a thought. Last year, about 3 weeks into May for 2024, we had a pseudo complete the sets, didn't we? Not an official one, but with the skins that are accepted and whatnot. Basically was. Are we gonna get like either an official one or an unofficial one? What do you reckon? Keep an eye out for that. Anyway, back over to here. Let's see if those prices have appeared. No. Okay, well, we could still look at the actual pages itself. So, ta-da! Tyre Clothing has the support. Both of them are selling at $1.49, and as you can see, the prices, they're going up, all the way up to $1.20. So that was the suggestion. As I said, it might take a while to wait for the eventual arrival of, like, Tyre Tier 3. Maybe we've got to wait a little bit longer because, you know, maybe Face Punch might just avoid it. Maybe we instantly see it tomorrow. But I would expect it will probably take some time. But expectation doesn't necessarily mean guarantee, alright? Face Punch have accepted sets in the past and then just randomly decided to avoid the final core piece. That usually happens with like Tier 2. I don't want it to happen, but anyway. I will remain hopeful. It appears that it is the blackout alternative option for this year, and I would expect another one. It very likely could be Black Paladin, or it might be more, we shall see. But anyway, yeah, that's looking like it's got the support. That's looking like it will retain its value, and hopefully that lasts, and hopefully we do see that Tier 3 being accepted. Or boots or gloves, we'll find out. So, okay, if you're feeling confident, you could probably jump on them, you know, buy some of those. It didn't sell that much. It very likely will have a very similar amount of listings on the Steam market like the Tier 2 does, which wasn't that much. I'm not expecting big dumpings. It's looking interesting, alright? Keep an eye on that. Now over to here with the Deep Ruby SAP. The bar orders are basically matching up with the suggestion, so it stops at $1.80, like I said. I won't be surprised if at its worst, which very likely might happen maybe about October time later this year, that's about half a year away, maybe it drops down to like $2. But with the bar order there, you can see that, yeah, we went for about $1.80. Try and pick them up for just a little bit cheaper. So, yeah, didn't get that many sales. Should probably do reasonably all right. Did 16,000 subscribers almost, but it could have been more. Could have been more, but no, it's fine. Unique skin, shiny, cool. Is this something you're going to want to run around in the jungle with? That's something I just considered. So, all right, cool. Anyway. Fatchinu M249, you are $3. You do not have barders going up to $3. And no, it basically stops at $1.30. That's concerning. So, yeah, I think you could probably be better off, like, you know, maybe just stick with the barder. Yeah. Ape Lord cheap with a door. Yeah, that's only gone up to about 70 cents. Yeah. No. Coquillard, that's only gone up to $1. Well then, you know, there you go. Oh dear. And then we have the Disease Hatchet. That's only got barders going up to 84 cents. Didn't sell that much. Again, if we could just quickly go back over to here, see the total sales as of now, 6,000. It could be one of those random skins that gets manipulated in the future. There's plenty of hatchets and pickaxes like that, aren't there? So. Right then, back over to here then. And then we have the wooden door, which actually I forgot to do in the first initial batch of barders I did, so. Yeah, but I wasn't really keen on it anyway. Yeah, it's only got barders basically going up to about 70 cents. I don't expect much for that. So in terms of, out of all the skins, which ones look like you could actually jump in and buy? Based on the support I see for the clothing here, that looks to be the best option. You might consider the set. But in terms of actually making a profit, you're better off with a buy order. You could probably do like a $2 buy order on the SAP, and yeah, maybe you pick them up for a cheaper price, still flip them for some decent bit of profit. But yeah, that's probably the best way to go about that. All right then, so yes, only the clothing, and hopefully we'll see more continuations. That is the hope. So, back over to here. All right. What are you hoping for tomorrow? So we've already pointed out that yes, tomorrow we could be seeing a lot of jungle theme skins being accepted. Now, if we could just quickly go back and showcase this. Primitive update, what did we see? Well, I saw some very cool looking like Siege deplorable being produced there. They're very lovely art piece. The tapestry, barbarian jacket, blacksmith tier 3, the friar clothing here, the medieval sword, heavy knight crossbow, and oathkeeper bow, in theme with the primitive update. And then we go over to the what was it? What was it? April? Was it April? No, it was March. You fool! It was March. Nothing to indicate it. The cooking update. We had the honeybees with the honey stuff. We had Alistair's biscuits. Fridge, because the fridge got updated, and to my surprise, we got like Old Lord. That's medieval. And then we had Pie Furnace. So some skins, but not all the skins. Some skins are in theme with the update. Now another thing. That skin was on the workshop for 4.5 years. If we could just quickly go back over to the primitive update, we had that tier 3 here. Yeah, that was on the workshop for 2.5 years. Are we going to get a random skin tomorrow for the big update that is the jungle update? And are we going to see like something that's been on the workshop for like 3 years or something randomly being picked? Have you looked at the workshop and seen other jungle themed skins? I don't know I have no idea. I'm clueless in that regard. Face Punch is crazy if every skin tomorrow is not part of the jungle theme. Look, everybody is hoping. So, as you can see here, I've got my server bingo. Loads of people offering their own suggestions of what they think potentially could be accepted. You've got like Flashbacks tier 3 there, Reptile Hunter, primitive stuff there. They've even considered adding some extra things like Ultramarine Rock and like Black Paladin backpack there. Perfectly fine suggestion there, whoever did that. Don't see their name. But yep, it's all green. It's all green. Are they too hopeful? Probably. But yeah, no, honestly, we'll see. Maybe it's just big green weapons and like legendary gold tier 2 with the, the cool looking primitive explorer set. I can't remember the name. I've said it so many times already and I've forgotten already. So I did put out a tweet. I can't wait for tomorrow. We're going to get some camouflage skins in the jungle update, surely. Arctic Raiders. Oh, imagine. And, regardless, that'll still be a very cool thing to see. But anyway, that would be funny. Oh, imagine. But the thing is, people actually wouldn't be mad, because, again, whiteout's still quite expensive, so... Alright, anyway, if you want to be up to date in regards to all the newer skins that have been submitted, look no further. I have the Rust Workshop Skin Checks video right there in front of you. All collection continuations are chaptered, as you can see. Give that a good look and admire the interesting skins that were submitted. So, yeah, what's going to be accepted? You know what? Why don't we answer it a bit easier way? Are we going to be happy? People watching on YouTube. Feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear your opinions. Well, by the time you're probably commenting, it's probably already happened. You can feel free to still comment your reaction after seeing that Rustle. Because I probably won't have my Rust rotation video out until like the morning. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, yeah. Now there's some extra things I just wanted to point out. We have Twitch drops tomorrow. Please do not forget we have generic Twitch drops. Just to remind you, I will be streaming tomorrow. You can watch me if you want to get the Twitch drops. All you have to do is just put the volume on Twitch. Just put like one of my streams on if you so wish, or anybody else streaming Rust on Twitch, and you can mute the tab and it'll still do the progress. So you could just put that down for like 14 hours and then, oh, there you go, got all the skins. It's that easy. And this is available for 4 weeks. It was supposed to be all of May, but apparently there is a restriction. You can't have it longer than 4 weeks. So, yeah, there's more than that in all of May. So, so yeah, all 7 of those Twitch drops available to be seen. Now, if I could just quickly point out, I might happen to have a little video showcasing every single Twitch drop right here in front of you. Oh, look at that. And it's all chaptered, so I can easily navigate and see the skins that I care about more. Yes. Including that transparent glow-in-the-dark garage door right there. Do you happen to notice a certain head is in view? Slightly head height transparency. It's good. And all these other deplorables are very nice to see as well. So all of that for free. It's all generic drops. You do not have to watch anyone in particular. You can just watch someone like me. All right? I'm not that good. But, you know, I still will be streaming Rust. So, yeah, a generic guy like me for generic skins. Right then. So, is there anything else I need to say? Well, we can talk about potentially what we're seeing for the next big update. So if you keep an eye on the commits, from here and now, probably for the next week or so, it's going to probably be a bit of a focus for fixes in the jungle. You're going to see a lot of like stupid things probably appear. Oh, imagine if we get some like game breaking bugs and whatnot. Oh. Right, anyway, so naval update. That's been getting a lot of mentions and a lot of talk. So a new trawler grey box, a new like floating city and whatnot. That's all being worked on. Sounds like we're getting like a brand new monument. And apparently, we're also going to be able to build boats. Yep. So you can build cars. Now you can build boats. Well, then. Are we going to get like a super tricked out, super fast boat? Are we going to... I'm just asking. Have any of you played Raft? I want a bit of Raft. You know, use all my cloth, get the sail. There you go. Ta-da. Or an actual pirate ship. I'm just saying, that would also be cool. All right, maybe it'll cost like a lot of wood. Maybe some like... some gears or something. We don't have nails, do we? Nail gun? Nail. Well, anyway. But yeah, like that'd be cool. It's like actually just cruising around, enjoying yourself. So yeah, that's all on the horizon. But that's probably not for months away. Like that's probably months down the line. You just got a massive update right now. Stop complaining. Be a bit patient. Enjoy what they've given you now. All right. Have fun dealing with all the tigers, the panthers, and of course the crocodile. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? Yep. But, yeah, overall, this felt like it was a quiet week. Is tomorrow going to be a lot more in our face? Are we going to see a lot of green tomorrow? And also, how many skins do you actually reckon are going to be accepted? No? Is it going to be 12? Is it going to be 14? 16? 8? I don't know. I would hope for it to be a big one. Because Face Punch would surely know that a lot of people are going to turn up tomorrow. I'm definitely expecting over 200,000 at bare minimum. Kids are still in school, understood. But yeah, June, July, August, those are the real big months. That's where you're going to see the real big average player counts and maybe the big peak player counts as well. Will we surpass 259,000 over the course of the summer? Things are lining up perfectly here. I hope so. Right, anyway, looking at the chat, I don't think any... camo clothing skins to be accepted. Yep. I normally expect to be unhappy, but there's so many great looking skins, they'll have to be forced to accept some of them, surely, right? Ryan's got the right idea. Or maybe they go pick up skins from weeks ago and then just force it down. Well, we picked out nice skins for you. Why aren't you happy? Alright, sorry. Right, so do they sometimes accept a lot more items in a single store? Yeah, they've done that before. It's just a matter of what will be picked. I have no idea. I'm actually fully in for the idea of Tiger Burla. I'm just going to say, I know it wouldn't be perfect for the jungle, but if they also did like the head wrap and the leather gloves for the claws and the burlap shoes and full kitty. Come on, it's a cool idea. All right, anyway, let's move on. So. That is basically everything. Stay optimistic if you can, and let's now look forward to potentially much better prices for our skins, because of course we just survived the Easter dip. I know a lot of you might be struggling. I'm starting to get to that point. Oh, where did all my money go? Yeah, right, we'll see what happens next. So, have a good one, and let's see what gets accepted.